आज मन बहुत चिंतित है, बहुत विचलित है और अगर मैं शायद कवि होता तो मैं कहता कि मन किंचित भी है। Why am I using these words, folks? I'm using these words because today, when I'm looking at the plight of our beloved Delhi, I ask myself this question that was I not being slightly smart, maybe slightly preemptive when 2 months back I decided to give up a flourishing television career, move out from TV studios at Network 18 and decided to simply get out of Delhi. That premonition that I had, the kind of information that I was getting from the stakeholders, it had convinced me that Delhi was headed for a disaster. और आज जो दिल्ली में हो रहा है वो डिजास्टर के अलावा और कुछ नहीं है। एक और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी और हमारी संवेदनाएं उनके साथ हैं। I hope that it recovers soon. He himself is struggling with COVID-like symptoms. On the other hand, the decision for Delhiites now being overturned by the Lieutenant Governor, and rightly so. But my episode today and my attempt to converse with you is not about what happened between the Delhi government and the central government or the Delhi government and the Lieutenant Governor. मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि आपने कभी सोचा है कि आप चुनाव में वोट क्यों देते हैं? आप क्या सोच के वोट देते हैं? आप इसलिए वोट देते हैं क्योंकि आपको चुनाव दर चुनाव ये बताया जाता है कि अगर आप एक दल विशेष को वोट देंगे, आप एक व्यक्ति विशेष को चुनेंगे, तो आपके जीवन पर उसका कुछ सार्थक असर पड़ेगा। आज आप अपने आप से पूछिए, क्या आपके निकटतम लोग, क्या आपके सगे संबंधी या आपके मित्र अगर वो अस्पताल दर अस्पताल भटक रहे हैं दिल्ली में, तो क्या यही सोच के आपने वोट दिया था? क्या हो केंद्र सरकार, क्या हो रहा प्रदेश सरकार, साथ के साथ लोकसभा सीट भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास, 70 की 70 विधानसभा सीटों में से इतने बड़े पैमाने पर आम आदमी पार्टी के पास, बीच में बेचारी पिसी हुई दिल्ली की जनता। Today I am speaking to you only and only as a hapless, deprived, frustrated, depressed and anguished citizen of the national capital. When I look at the kind of money which these private hospitals are charging, when I look at the kind of inflated bills as this bill, just look at this, Saroj Hospital. It's a COVID hospital and look at the kind of packages it is giving. Dr. Naresh Trehan, who by the way is facing an FIR for an alleged illegal act that he had committed, there may be some motivation behind filing of FIR against him. But then when I came across this package which was being offered by the Medanta group for home quarantines, ranging from 10,000 to 30,000 rupees, it convinced me कि जो प्राइवेट अस्पताल है इनका दिल नहीं है। अगर आप इस मौके पर भी ऐसी सूरत हाल में भी if you are only and only thinking of your top line, of your bottom line, if you're thinking of your profit margins, then I'm sorry, you're not a human being. आप जिस प्रकार का कृत्य कर रहे हैं वो सिर्फ अमानवीय ही नहीं, वो एक घृणात्मक कृत्य है। वो एक ऐसा कृत्य है जिसके खिलाफ कानूनी आवाज उठनी चाहिए। कभी तो वो कोई दिन होगा हमारे देश में, कभी तो कोई ऐसा दिवस आता होगा हमारे जीवन में जब हम पैसे के बारे में ना सोचते हो, जब हम ये ना सोचें कि अगर हमने ऐसा किया तो हमें कितना पैसा मिल जाएगा। क्या सारे प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स आज की डेट में भी यही सोच रहे हैं? क्या मेदांता हॉस्पिटल, क्या सर गंगाराम हॉस्पिटल, क्या सरोज हॉस्पिटल, क्या ये सब हॉस्पिटल सिर्फ पैसा बनाने की दुकान बन के रह गए हैं? और क्या आप और हमारे जैसे लोग जो जीवन भर अनेकों प्रकार का कष्ट उठाते हैं, जीवन भर कितनी कठिनाइयों का सामना करते हैं, ऐसे समय में भी क्या हम सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऐसे प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स के चंगुल में फंस के रह गए? सरकारी हॉस्पिटल्स का तो क्या कहना। ये बात ठीक है कि दिल्ली सरकार बड़े जोर शोर से लगातार ये दावा करती है कि दिल्ली जैसे सरकारी अस्पताल कहीं है ही नहीं, शायद नहीं है। लेकिन केजरीवाल तो जो चाहते थे कि वो दिल्ली के जो अस्पताल है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ दिल्ली वासियों के लिए रहे, वो भी संभव नहीं है। I only want to ask one question today to all lawmakers in this country. What is the kind of example you're setting? What is the kind of policy making, governance models you have created if even in this kind of a pandemic-like scenario, you cannot ensure basic quality of medical treatment to its citizens? Satyendra Jain, by the way, the Delhi health minister, what is he saying? He's saying, 50,000 लोगों को हो जाएगा, 50,000 लोगों को हो जाएगा, तो क्या सा 50,000 लोगों के लिए व्यवस्था है? क्या वो सब बेचारे ऐसे ही प्राइवेट अस्पताल वर्सेस सरकारी अस्पताल के बीच में फंसे रहेंगे? The only silver lining in the midst of this all chaos which the national capital is going through is coming from America. where the American authorities have now brought out a complete list of do's and don'ts, a complete list of whether this virus is really spreading through the services as is being alleged, or what are the kind of precautions that you can take, and what's the kind of impact which taking these precautions will ultimately really have. I may ultimately go back to the national capital. I may ultimately find myself maybe in another television studio or in some other studio, who knows? But my fear, my sense of disgust with the policymakers, with the policy formulators will remain, because every time I look at the kind of tweets which have been put up by some of our viewers here, look at the kind of tweets which was put up by Rashmi here. Look at what she's going through. Look at how she's saying that, is this why I end up paying taxes? Because when I require a certain basic healthcare infrastructure parameter, I'm simply told, well, go find your own way out. और क्या दिल्ली में जैसा आमतौर पे होता है कि आपको ट्रीटमेंट तब मिलेगा जब इस बात का नतीजा देख लेगा कि साहब आप हैं कौन? Who do you know? Are you a VIP? Are you a VVIP? Then you will get some hospital bed or you will get hospital treatment. Shahid Siddiqui, former MP, he had to take to Twitter and look at his tweets. They're the kind of tweets he had to put up for his own niece, who ultimately ended up struggling to get a hospital first and then ended up struggling for her own life. Is this what we have really been reduced to? I ask this question both to the center as well as to the state government. Have you not let people down? Have you not created a scenario where people, instead of having faith in you, today must be asking themselves, what kind of political establishments have we created? Is this why we vote? Do ask yourself. And I'd really like to hear from you today, folks, because I'm deeply anguished, I'm deeply pained in terms of what we are seeing unfold in the national capital today.